What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka All Fires. And guys, it looks like we have some massive set photo leaks for Avengers Doomsday. Now, I want to preface this entire video with two things. The first of which, if what we're talking about during this video ends up being real, and these are actually leaked set photos from behind the scenes, in the makeup booth, and on set of Avengers Doomsday, and you don't want to know this stuff or it's somehow going to ruin the experience for you, no worries. This would not be the video for you. The other thing is that I am well aware that AI capabilities in image creation have gotten exponentially better just in the last year, and while there are detectors, programs out there you can feed the images into and see if they were made with AI, that doesn't seem to be the case. Although not always correct, it doesn't seem to be the case in this instance. Either way, we are going to break down all of the characters revealed there within, a very interesting detail on Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom, a first look for a modernized take at Magneto's costume, Namora returning from Wakanda Forever, and none other than Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. We're breaking it all down in detail, these latest leaked set photos, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. Thanks to everyone who's been subbing lately and helped grow the channel, and if you haven't already, I would just kindly invite you to do so. It's the #1 thing you can do to support us, plus it'll earn you for all the giveaways. All you gotta do be a sub, leave a comment. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Now, we're gonna go through each one of these in detail, but I'm gonna say this. I am not posting these photos in this video or even on my own social media out of fear that they actually are real leaks. I don't want to get a copyright strike from Marvel Studios, but we will go through them all in detail. We actually know where they came from and the story surrounding them. So 4 days ago, the first set of photos, all compiled into one big photo, hit the internet on 4chan and can be apparently attributed to a makeup artist that went ahead and posted stuff to her social media long before she was supposed to. Now, this warrants the same spoiler warning that I threw down during the prologue when it comes to 4chan posts, because in the past, 4chan has been a huge source of leaks, while most of the stuff that comes across there is BS. In some cases, they've nailed things exactly right. This may be one of those cases, and I will say the continuity amongst the pictures, picture to picture and from different angles, certainly make me feel like it's not AI. That all being said, let's jump in and break these down. Now, the first page had 9 photos on it, 4 of which are James Marsden sitting, again, in a makeup chair. He has a black cloth covering his costume while they're applying makeup, blood, and bruising to his face, although underneath the black cloak, you can clearly see the blue collar popping out from the authentic comic book accurate blue Cyclops costume. Now, that being said, one interesting thing about the makeup being applied to Cyclops' face is that they're putting some blood and bruising around his eyes, which normally we wouldn't be able to see his eyes. It's because of the visor. Just an interesting mark that at first made me feel like these might be fake. But it's the next set of photos, the 2 of Shuri, that made me feel the exact opposite, and that perhaps these were real. Because not only did it show Shuri also in a makeup chair with bruising over her eye, but it showed her in a superhero kneel in a brand new version of the Black Panther costume that has a deep gold V and the claws around the neck, black and gold, just like the costume we just saw her in on the side of the bag that's embroidered with all the characters. In fact, the designs match 100%, which really made me feel like that's not just a coincidence, these might actually be real. Now, the other 3 photos included were 2 of Ian McKellen's Magneto, 1 a close-up of his face, 1 sort of like a concept mock-up of his costume, which is a modernized take on the Magneto costume with some purples and blues and some magentas. But the really interesting photo was in the top right. The 9th photo was Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom, which didn't adorn the normal face scarring that we've seen from Dr. Doom, but rather one long scar straight down the center of it. Now, we could sit here and theorize about what that's all about all day long, because maybe he's covering his face by wrapping Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man's face around it, which would be totally morbid and very weird. And the way that the scar looks, it's as if you could just open it right down the middle. And could there be a different Dr. Doom face underneath? That would be certainly a really grotesque way to do this, but that scar literally goes from the middle of his forehead all the way through down his nose, down to his chin. And honestly, it's not like any other Dr. Doom scarring we've really ever seen. It's also certainly not meant to indicate any sort of face symmetry for mocap, because it's slightly to the right at the top and slightly to the left at the bottom. Some people debated whether or not this was a real photo or just AI, but honestly, if it is real, it's a very unique take and might actually add extra elements to the plot again of why Dr. Doom's face looks like 616 Tony Stark. Stark. Now the next set of photos only had 8 total and 3 characters. First of which, there were 3 photos of Namora back from Wakanda Forever. Many people could not figure out who this character is. She was in a makeup chair, all painted light blue, gills on her neck. People were wondering if this was Mrs. Negative. I guess they just forgot about Namora from Wakanda Forever, but it was rumored she was in this film, and again, if these photos are correct, she is. Then you had 2 pictures of Channing Tatum. He is not in his Gambit costume. You can just see the black covering while they're putting makeup on. He also has blood marks being applied to his face. But the last 3 photos show Tobey Maguire, 2 of which in a makeup chair, covered by a black cloak with the Spider-Man costume collar underneath. He has bruising around his left eye. It's that same photo and from 2 different angles, one of him looking straight on, one of him looking to the right. Then there is also a concept mock-up of him in his classic blue and red Spider-Man costume with parted hair in the same way he looks in the photos where he's getting makeup applied. Now, interestingly enough, where these have been posted from 4chan and then reposted to Reddit, people again have very strong opinions about whether these are real or not. But if you go through the comments to try to get a feel of what people are thinking, a lot of people point out the similarities in the different angles of the shots and not something that AI generally would be able to capture and maintain photo to photo. So the overwhelming reaction, at least on Reddit and the comments that I saw where these are posted, is that they're real. People are taking them as real, which means Tobey Maguire's confirmed. Now, obviously, we already ran this report once at the channel because Tobey Maguire, interestingly enough, has been in London where they've been filming Avengers Doomsday. People have been reporting on this for weeks and months at this point, so that's not a total shocker. But if these photos are real, that's definitely a confirmation that we hadn't received yet. And we're all the speculation that the side of that merchandise bag just revealed the announced cast characters, and that might not be it. These photos are promising for a lot more and traveling to a lot more universes across the multiverse than say just the 616 and the 10,005. Now look, as I said during the prologue, because we live in an age of AI, could these be AI? They could be, but it's not going to shock me if in a couple of months or half a year, all of these turn out to be true. We've had leaks just like this over the last 8 years since I've been doing this at the channel, and in fact, taking a page right out of Sony's book, no one wanted to believe that that 4K Andrew footage of him on the blue screen was actually real. Even back then, before AI was where it is now, no one was really using it. Even someone tried to claim they made that video. So we're going to have to wait and see what the fallout is. But in the meantime, and again, if these are real, Tobey Maguire's in the film, and I absolutely can't wait to see what role he'll play, even if it's small, in establishing Dr. Doom's dominance as he squashes timelines across the multiverse. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. Had you seen these photos already and what you think? They're not hard to find all over Twitter and Reddit if you want to go find them again. They're not in this video though, and not on my social media. Let me know all your thoughts down below. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff. Guys, in the next video, we'll be announcing the PS5 giveaway for Marvel Zombies. Sorry there wasn't a watch party last night. Whenever they put those shows at 3 a.m. instead of 9 p.m. the night before, that's just way too late for me on the East Coast. I have to get my daughter to school. There's no way it's going to happen. In the meantime, all you got to do to be entered to win or for any of the future giveaways, because the next one will be for Wonder Man at the end of the year. Be a sub, leave a comment because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here, live with my voice and the winning comment shown on screen. The best way to keep up with the notifications is to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. Find me on all other platforms with original music under the name AllFires. Also, heads up, if you're in Tampa, St. Pete, Orlando, any of the surrounding area, we will be announcing a brand new AllFires show down there coming in November. Details to be announced, but if you're in that part of the world, I'll see you there. I'll also be doing a small meet and greet for those who buy tickets. So, thanks for tuning into the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.